Hello, everybody. Fireside chat with Wind Dancer Media. My name is Justin Ryan, and we're having a good time. It's pretty much what we're going to be doing. So, anyway, we'll just wait for other people to join in, catch up. Have no idea who's going to be here, what's going to happen. Stick some more wood on it.
It's too big.
Don't try to put it all on there. I need some big logs. I need it squared up. Put some big logs on there.
It's too big.
Straighten them out. Lay them out there. Too late now.
So they're not straight.
Have we done this before?
I've done this before.
Okay. Just lay it.
Maybe you want to come grab him.
Oh, good grief. Hey, Marcy. Welcome to the stream. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. The old campfire. Yeah, pile it up. Pile it up. Pile it up. Pile it up. Pile. Keep piling.
Hey!
I got dogs. Dogs are fighting over there for whatever reason. Who knows? I think it's the full moon. Yeah. You got cold feet.
Or you stay over here.
The only way I know to warm cold feet is drink water. Realistically. Do we know what they were fussing over?
Dog?
Yeah.
No. Chaser got on top of rope race.
Well, they don't like it. So anyway, it's just you and me, Marcy. Yay! The big stream. So.
Peppers.
Oh, Parkinson's. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Been a long day. So as far as streaming on Tuesday, Tuesday's my day. Tuesday I'm gonna go. I'm still waiting on the models to run. It's way too early to even try to figure out where I'm gonna be. I will be somewhere in Arkansas. That's about all I can tell anybody right now. Um, models are not looking real good for actual severe weather down here. However, up north, they are looking really good. And I'm not gonna drive that far because I got to work the next day, and it's really going to be a late night event. I'm like, oh, okay. Do I really want to do that? Not really. So I'm having reservations at this point right now. But we are in a slight risk right now. They are not calling for significant weather, which who knows. it really all depends on how things pan out. There's a lot of guesswork right now. It's way too. Hey Jeff, welcome to the stream, man. Appreciate you being here. We're just fireside chatting. Once again, just kind of recapping what my plans are for Tuesday. It's still up in the air. Um, yeah, I really don't. I really don't know. I'm kind of flipping. I have an idea where I want to be. It's just a matter of when I want to be there. And right now with the cap and all of that. Hey Jeff, I see you. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. I've got my. Um, so it just it just all depends on what's happening, and it just is what it is. I mean, everybody's all goo goo gaga over this thing, and I'm kind of like, yeah, okay. I mean, I've even talked to some of my chaser buddies down here in Arkansas, and they're like, yeah, it's this thing's going to go either way south, or it's going to go way north, or it's not going to go anywhere. And so it's still realistically just up in the air. The models I think are popping tomorrow about what the risks are. So there again, it's really early. My dogs are loving the fire. So it like any storm, it's a waiting game. As we get closer to the official season. I don't think there's an official season anywhere. I think when the storms start hitting, we'll get a little more clarification. These gotta keep in mind we're still in winter, so hey, winter is going to do winter things, just the way it works. I mean, it's going to be in the 80s here tomorrow, David. Yeah. So Man 2.0, you're looking at him. That's my navigator. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah. 80. It's supposed to be 80 degrees tomorrow. It's February, and oh my gosh, 4 inches of snow in Ohio. See, it. That's insanity. It really is just insanity. Hey, Madison, welcome to the stream. It's just bizarre. And everybody, this whole thing is this whole season this year is going to be crazy. I know it is. I can feel it. Without us even being there, I just know because of the setups and what's going on, and with the hurricane situation, so it'll be interesting. So hey everybody, welcome to the stream. We're just doing a fireside chat with me, just enjoying a campfire, pretty much out in my front yard. I got Natman 2.0, probably recognize that young man right there. My navigator, he's getting me firewood and he built this fire, so. Polo, Margo, Polo. Yeah, I love doing that to people at work. And if they answer, it's like, what? Yeah, and that man does fire stuff. He's getting pretty good at it. He made this fire. So, yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. when the time comes, we'll be there, or try to be there. I know David will be chasing with me. Tammy will be staying at home with mother. You want to go help because they'll go bananas. Yeah, Tammy's going to be staying at the house with mom. Keep us in your prayers. We don't expect her to be around too much longer. Oh yeah, Tammy went to the grocery store real quick. Ran an errand. That's my alarm system. It works really well. Come in my yard, you got 5 dogs going to be on it. So, yeah. And they don't put up with each other. They're nosy. Yeah, thank you, Jeff. I really appreciate it. I mean, it's life. Won't go into all the details because. Thank you, dear. Want to say hi?
No.
No. That was not just a no. That was a no. So, yeah, she's very stressed right now, which I totally understand it. But anyway, what y'all up to tonight on this fine Saturday night? Golly, it's Saturday. Saturday night. I'll let her know, Marcy. She went in the house. Dogs, you guys are going to get burned up. Keep rolling through it. Move. So what are you guys doing on this Saturday night? Besides watching some joker stream on YouTube.
Well, Dad, with Chase, there'd be roast marshmallows.
No marshmallows tonight.
No, because he's white.
Yeah, no.
And you got chocolate.
No. Hey, welcome to Streamlabs. No, really. Listening to tunes. All right, Jeff, what are you listening to?
You gotta know.
Get out of there, dog. You're gonna burn your tail one of these days. Crazy dog.
You're stealing our sticks, Dad.
Huh?
You're stealing our sticks.
They're stealing our sticks. Well, that's what dogs do. Pop Evil Kick. I guess I don't know what that is. Golly. I listen. Well, I'm older generation, so I do a lot of country. I'm a country guy. Been known to listen to pretty much everything. Evil pop. Oh, okay. I guess I'm not. You know. I never heard of them. So try it again.
Yeah.
That was almost an epic failure right there, son. But yeah, I do country. I do a lot of '80s stuff, a lot of old school stuff.
Yes.
You know, I've been known to listen to Eminem. I've been known to listen to a bunch of those guys that you know.
Yay, not epic failure this time.
There you go, not a failure.
Smaller the better.
That's right. I'll tell you what, this fire is hot.
I know.
Alan Jackson. I love me some Alan Jackson. I like his stuff. I've been following him for a long, long time. I actually remember when he got started. Way back in the day. Let's see. Gosh, I met a few of them. I've seen John Michael Montgomery. I saw. Let's see. We have met. Let's see. What's his name? Montgomery Gentry. We met Gentry here a while back. I've actually saw him back in the '90s before he ever even become a country star. Met him 2 years ago, 3 years ago now. Um,
Peppers.
let's see. Trying to think of all. I mean, we've seen a whole bunch of them. We saw Trace Atkins
Stick you back in the cage.
live and in concert, which, man, tore me up when he passed away. But you know, there again, we all going to have to face it at some point.
Pepper, stop. Get down.
Anyways, but yeah, I mean, I'm old school. Be honest with you, when I'm driving, I don't ever have the radio on. Ooh, hey, get out of the way. You got sparks on you. Wind shift. Whew, it got hot real fast. Okay. Sorry, guys. Got to move. Wind shift. Yep. All right. We're good. But I really don't. Whenever I'm driving, and I'm driving long distance, I don't have the radio on. I don't need it to stay awake or anything like that. We'll kick it on every now and then, but move, dog. Right now my radio don't work, so I got to Bluetooth anything in. But you want to fix this, please, so that they don't burn themselves? Thank you, son. But yeah, I mean, cool. What else is happening? Shoot, there's a lot going on. We landed a lunar probe up on the Mars, up on the moon. Yeah, you know, I understand why. You know, I don't know. It don't bother me because I don't listen to it, so you know, it's just I just don't. I never have. Yeah, you know, I saw something about that, Marcy.
Peppers.
I actually was watching it
Peppers.
on a stream that they were doing. Pepper, I'm gonna put you in a house.
Chase her.
And I saw where they were having issues with it. She wants some loving. That's all it is. And it landed, and I think they were waiting for a signal. They got the faint signal on it. They said it landed. Now, if it landed properly, I have no idea. I don't think they know. But it was pretty exciting nonetheless, because you know, I'm of the generation where I actually saw them landing on the moon. Oh no. Oh no. See, I haven't seen any news on it, so that's not good. But yeah, there's a lot going on, you know, of which I will not get into. But other than that, man, I mean, it's been quiet here. It's a full moon. I'm waiting for the moon to rise just a little bit. I don't even know if I could even see it on the stream. Let's see, because I got a big old tree right in the way. Let's see if I can. Hey, look at there. There's the moon. So the question is the moon hollow or solid? Oof. Well, to be honest with you, since I haven't been there, I can't answer that. But my guess is that it's solid. I think it's just a big rock with a bunch of dust all over it. Yeah, you know, that's kind of like saying, is the Earth flat or is it round? Yeah, I don't know. There are some things I don't know. There are some things that really fascinate me. I'm gonna go with my gut feeling on that one and call it solid. I may be wrong. It's square. Yeah. Yeah. There's I have a comment about that. However, we got to keep it low key. I mean, oh, it could be a spaceship. You know, I don't know. Hang on, I got to get back up, man. This fire is getting warmed up.
You're right.
What?
It's just like the Earth.
What?
It's not hollow.
It's not hollow?
No. It's a solid metal ball.
Yeah. About spaceships. Huh. Do any of you believe in aliens? I'll go there. Spaceships and creepy crawly critters, Men in Black type stuff. I can honestly say this, that I have seen lights and orbs before, of which I can't that I can't explain. There's a lot of evidence out there. Now, whether me and my intellect and my little pea brain, just I can't accept that we're the only species out there. There's got to be other things. There's got to be other people. Yeah, God is an alien if he exists. Nah, I don't know about that. Supergirl, yeah, yeah. It's got to be real, right? I mean, if Supergirl was in it, and Wonder Woman, and Superman, and all of that, it's got to be real. If it was on Facebook, it's got to be real. Yeah, I know, and it's trying to come my way. The multiverse, yeah, I truly, there's a lot of things that and I'll be honest with you, I'm about to get smoked out. There's just a lot of things that I can't explain, and I'm not even going to try to. I have my beliefs and things that I know, along with a lot of things that I don't know. And if I don't know it, I am not the scientist. I'm not the guy behind it. Yeah. I'll leave it at that. What else? Man, they're just, what do you want me to share, Marcy? I'd be glad to. I mean, I can. I can go there. I have no problem. But I don't want to get myself into trouble either. So I got to be careful. So, what do you want me to share, Marcy? My thoughts on what? Give me a specific. That's a good looking fire. You guys really can't see them. Other universes. All right. Well, all right. Other universes. We'll go there, and then we'll touch on the round or flat theory, because I actually happen to know people who think that it's actually flat. Okay, and they're friends of mine. I'm not gonna disown them because of the way they want to believe. All right. So other universes. There has to be. There has to be. I just can't accept the fact that we're the only ones ever created by anybody, or however, whatever, whoever, whatever, however you want to put it. That would be just absolutely, to me, ludicrous to even think of, because that makes me very narrow-minded. and very selfish. I do believe in God, and I do believe that God created this planet. There's a lot of speculation, and I have met people and talked to people who can discredit a lot of the science that's been taught out there. There's a lot of things that I hate to say it, but we older generation probably have been brainwashed into thinking some things. However, talking to some people throughout my life, they've totally, and they're scientists, and they've totally disproved a lot of the dinosaur theory, this and that and something else. Yes, dinosaurs did exist. Don't get me wrong. But the thing is, it all boils down to reality versus interpretation. And I think that people tend to lose perspective, and I'm saying this very cautiously, tend to lose perspective when reading the Bible with reality. Okay. The proof, all right, the proof is we had dinosaurs. Now, and I'm going to pitch this out there, tell me what you think. If Noah built an ark, how did he get all the animals on the ark if they were dinosaurs? Because you got to remember, hey, Crystal, welcome to the stream. We're discussing some things here. So I can go as deep as y'all want. I mean, so how did Noah get all the animals on the ark? 2 by 2. As we know it. Okay, do I believe in evolution? I believe that there is a certain fact about evolution, okay, but I don't think, to sit and tell me that I crawled out of the ocean from a salamander, grew into an ape, and became a man, that don't fly with me. I truly believe that we have, yes, evolved. Oh, that's all right, Crystal. I'm cool with it. This is why I don't really talk about it a whole lot, because, what? Don't be stirring that up, son. That just came all at me. That was kind of cool. So, that's one reason. Hey, I have no problem. That's why I don't really go into it a whole lot. I keep my thoughts and everything to myself. So, is the world flat or round? What do you say, David?
So I did some research on this. For a science project.
David did some research on it. All right, there he is. Netman 2.0.
There's 200,000 miles from the Earth to the Moon.
Okay.
And if we were a flat,
Uh-huh.
then how does the waters move on the sides of the world?
Ooh. Ooh, that's a good question.
And if you actually do research on it, it shows you that it's not just round.
Not just round?
No, it's not just flat.
Or not just flat. Yeah. So, here's the thing about flatlanders versus rounders. We'll call them that. I don't know. Be honest with you guys. The Earth, and you're going to hear it from me first, the Earth is round. Exactly. That's exactly what David just said. He says why do we have tides? How do we have tides? Where's all the water go at the edge? Does it just fall off?
I mean,
But
possibly.
it's round. Yeah, it's round. There, it has been proven. If you live in the desert, and I have seen this, Marcy. I know you've seen it, and I know y'all have probably seen it a time or two. If you've ever been in the desert and look off at the horizon, right, and I mean seriously, either it's sun up or it's sunset. I mean, right as the sun is going down. I mean, you can actually, if you're out far enough, you can literally actually see the curvature of the earth. And it's the most amazing thing, that you can ever experience. So, therefore, yeah, it's round. I got to check my phone because I'm on my phone. Oh, heck, we got a long time. So, yeah, you know, yep, even in Texas. Yeah, I mean, it's been proven. These guys, and I actually have a very good friend of mine, believe it or not, who thinks the Earth is flat. Well, you know what? The Earth is flat until you hit a mountain,
Yeah.
and then it's not flat no more.
How do we have mountains?
You know, I kind of laugh and I kind of walk away and go, okay, that's being very narrow. I don't know where you get your science from, and I don't know what you believe in, but there again, he's a friend of mine. I gotta hang on to him. I can't just shoot him.
The Earth
All
is
right.
roughly a sphere, so it's round.
Oh yeah. Oh, Crystal. Oh no. I mean, yeah. He was one of the angels. He was a fallen angel of God. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm well aware.
By the National Weather Service,
Um,
Earth is round.
yeah, National Weather Service is right. Yeah, it is. But yeah, Crystal, I'm pretty well. I'm savvy on a lot of things. So, um, yes, exactly. And that was his demise. You know, um, had Lucifer. I think that was his name. I'm not even sure what his actual name. I think it was Lucifer. Um, had he followed the rules, okay, he would not have been in the situation. But at the same time, I believe it was destiny. We all have a destiny. We all have a purpose. We all have this. Rose, you're going to get burned up. Move. Um, so his role turned into mayhem, and I'll leave it at that. But it's there's a lot of things. Like I said. Anyway, what else? What else you got for me?
I don't know if my Google's gonna last that long if they keep on asking questions about Earth.
Mm, anything? What do you want to talk about? Guys are quiet tonight. Holy mackerel!
Why is this fire so big?
Hey Siri, why is the fire so big?
I always that.
Oh. Did you know if you go in?
Google.
Is the sky blue? Actually, Marcy, the sky is not blue. All right? Now, the reason why we see blue is because we're seeing light refracted. All right. Elementals. That's pretty cool. There are some things. Now, here I'm gonna give you an example of what of some things, all right, that I know about, like elementals things of that nature. All right. I have very good friends that are of the Crow Nation up in Montana. Okay. And I can't remember the actual name that they've given these guys, but they're warriors. And this is, you can actually Google this, and I would encourage you to Google it. I can't remember the name of them. But there was a chief that went up into the mountain, and something happened, and they became the guardians. Okay, the guardians of the Bighorn Mountains. All right, and people have seen their changelings. All right, people have seen them. They look. Some of them look like dwarfs, and that. But in their lore, they go up to this certain place where this chief went to, which is absolutely sacred ground, and they give him arrows, and they pay homage to him, to these guys, to these, and I can't remember the name of them because it's a big thing. But I have heard them talk about them, and I've heard people hear them. Okay, now I'm going to get to the story that Tammy and I encountered this one time. So we're up there. This is back when we lived up there, and we were on our four-wheeler, and I had a Can-Am, and it was a two-seater, and we were just up cruising around, and we got up on this hill, and I'll be honest, I had to go to the bathroom really, really bad. And so we decided we were going to go down the hill, and I found me a couple trees, and immediately, yeah, skinwalkers creep me out. I'm sorry. There are some things I'll get into, but there's some that I will not even. They mess me up. There's a lot of things. I don't do paranormal type stuff either. I've seen paranormal stuff. It freaks me out. Creeps me out too. Scares the crap out of me. But anyway, we were up on up in this valley, and we were sitting there and we were watching. I had to go to the bathroom real bad, and it was a area that had been hit by lightning. Okay, and you could see the burn scar, and it was really kind of cool. Well, we got down there, and Tammy's sitting on the back, and she's kind of watching around, and she saw something off to our left that caught her eye. Now, I mean, there's a lot of elk and moose and deer and badgers and wolves and coyotes, and there's every kind of critter up there you can ever think of. Except this one didn't move, and she saw it, and it was whatever it was watching us. Oh, we got coyotes. That's what you hear in the background. And she told me to get my butt back. We were leaving. And she looked again, and it was gone. What it was, I have no idea. I firmly believe that it was one of those things, that was part of the Guardians, the Warriors. But I can't prove it. I have no idea. There's a lot of things up there that it gets kind of weird. You can feel, you can sense things, especially where there was a battle or something going on, somewhere along the line. There's just places up there that are really weird, really bizarre. I'd encourage anybody, and I'll do a big shout out, if you ever get up to Wyoming, go to the Medicine Wheel. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I've had things. I've seen things. I've seen shadows, floating by, and I'm like, oh really? Well, welcome to my yard, or welcome to my area. You know, Um, but yeah, go to the medicine wheel. Very sacred, very spiritual. Um, very hologram. Let's see. Seen a Reaper? No. I can honestly say, yeah, yeah. Bring me a beer. Um, what's up, baby? What's the matter? We're just talking about weird stuff, weird, crazy. Um, but yeah, you know, there. I've seen dragons. Sure enough, I've seen orbs. I've seen shadows. I've seen ghosts where there were not supposed to be ghosts. Um, do I believe in it? Yeah, to a certain extent. Um, oh yeah, I totally know. uh, I know what you mean there, Crystal. Um, I have to be very careful certain times where I go and what I do and what I say. Um, I I'm very deep. I could go into the depths. I know what you're talking about, and could tell you things that would absolutely blow your mind. Um, you know, so oh yes. Um, spirits. What do you mean spirits? Um, I need to change that. As in ghosts or floaty things. I'll be honest. Yeah, let's see. How do I want to put this? I would stay away from it. I really would, because that is a gateway. Um, so here's where I'm at with all of this. Just so you all know, not a lot of us in here. If there was more people, I wouldn't go here, but I can go here. Um, I have I am what they call a seer. I am basically what is called a gatekeeper. Okay, basically a warrior in the spirit realm. Um, I have. Hey, Annie. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how we got here, but we're here telling ghost stories. But I am a seer, and I have had people tell me that um, a seer is not one who sees. I see things. I see things way before they ever happen. I not a it's not prediction or anything like that, but it's more prophetic on the prophetic side of things. But I am a warrior in the spirit realm, and I have been in the spirit realm, and I have danced between um, earth and spirit realm. And let me tell you, it's not for the faint of heart. It is a very scary place, and I would say anybody stay away from the spirits. That's why I don't do the paranormal crap, um, because they're playing with fire, and it can. Have I dreamwalked? Oh yes. Oh, I've had dream visions. There, I've had I've had visions. I mean, stone cold out, sleeping hard visions where I woke up and I could tell you exactly what was going on when it happened. I can give you an example. It'll freak you out. Yeah, I don't, I don't ghost chase. But I can tell you that I have, yes, I've had visions. I've, where I've seen things, and to a T, and I've had it verified. Um, hey, Josh, welcome to the stream. I don't know who all's in here. We got 6 people in here. Woohoo! I've got a good. My best friend used to chase ghosts, and he is in Reno. He used to do a lot of that stuff, and I was like, "Go for it. That's you, not me. I don't do ghosts. I have had the crap literally scared out of me by ghosts, and I mean to where I wouldn't step back in the building for quite a while. Yeah. Yeah. I don't do the paranormal stuff too much. Hang on, I got it. Thing shooting stuff at me. But I do, I do know what it's about. I do believe in it, and I mean, I know it's very real. You know, let me, God, I want to tell it so bad. All right, I'm going to go there. So talking about seeing things and visions. All right, and this has actually absolutely nothing to do with God or anything. All right, man, I gotta stop and think how long ago it's been. It's been like 20 some years ago. It was back in 2003, 4-ish, somewhere in there. This might be a little hard for me, so bear with me because it is very real, and there's probably not a day that doesn't go by that I really don't think about it too much. I will throw a disclaimer out there that if you're having a rough day and have suicidal thoughts, find somebody to talk to. I got a phone call from my sister. My niece had committed suicide up in Kentucky, and it was on the news. And my sister at the time lived in Kentucky, and I said, okay. I said, we'll be there. And that night, I had a dream that I literally saw what happened. In detail, I saw exactly what she was wearing that night. I wasn't able to help her. And I woke up sweating. I mean, I was in a cold sweat. I mean, profusely. I mean, it was like I was in a shower or a bath. And when we finally got to Kentucky to the funeral, my sister, her mom, my sister, wanted to go to the place where it happened, and she asked me, "Ash, get over here." Wanted to ask me, or she asked me if I wanted to go to see this place, and I said, "Sis, I don't need to go." I said, "What I'm going to tell you is what I saw." And I gave her the details of exactly what she was wearing, exactly how the rope was around her neck, the stool that she stepped off of. You know, I mean, I had markers. Well, hi, Chaser. Go on. Go on. You're interrupting. Go. Move. And when she got there, of course, they had it all taped off, and it was still a crime scene at that point. But they went and they saw, and my sister had actually, Chaser, dork. My sister had actually talked to one of the detectives, and I told her, I said, I want you to ask, I want you to verify this for me, and she did, and she came back to me afterwards, and I said, I really, I don't need to know, I already know. And she'd come back to me and told me exactly what the detective said, and it was exactly what I saw. That is the gift I have. I see things. I know, I can tell you how they're going to happen. I can't tell you when they're going to happen, but I can tell when things are going south or things are going bad or how it's going to play out. Most of the time. Yeah, that's pretty rough. And I've had dreams where I've been, you know. I'll give you. Here's another one. This will really mess with you. All right. Has anybody been to San Antonio to the Alamo? If you have, raise your hand. It's a fascinating place, and I highly recommend you going there. All right. So the Alamo. I ended up going back there. Oh gosh, way back in the '90s. Ended up going to the Alamo. All right. And of course, we all know the Alamo. All right, the battle of where everybody lost their lives. 126 brave men passed away, and we shall always remember the slogan, "Remember the Alamo." All right. So, with this wonderful gift that I have, there is a place out there that's at the. Will you move, dog, before you burn your tail? Where there's a well, all right, and you walk around and they have these little markers to where everybody died. You know, where David Bowie died, where you know, all of the men, Davy Crockett or whoever it was, Daniel Boone, I don't know who it was, but anyway, where where they died, the place where they died. So I'm sitting there at the well, and this just happened to be where let's see, who was it? It was Davy Crockett. Was it Davy Crockett? Yes, Davy Crockett. I think it was. Anyway, one of the big guys. And I was sitting there, and I literally went into vision mode. All right, and I mean, I'm talking full on battle raging all around me, and I'm at the well. All right, I literally saw the battle unfold right in front of my eyes. And it kind of messed me up, and I was like, wow, this is like spooky, scary, stuff. And it just the presence of that hallowed ground is still there. If you can imagine 126 men against 10,000 soldiers and the bravery that ensued on that day. I mean, and I went, oh my God. I had to actually leave. I had to get away from there because I was really I thought I was going to die. Gettysburg, yeah, I would love to go to Gettysburg. Um, however, yeah, that would probably be one that I probably would not go. Well, I don't know. I would. I mean, I went another place, Battle of New Orleans. All right, that is we've all heard this. We've all heard the song. 1814, we took a little trip. You remember that song? All right. So I always thought that was just song. I never even realized that that was actually a battle. So if you ever go to New Orleans, as they like to say, go down to the battlefield. Find a battlefield. It's not where you think it is. It has absolutely nothing with downtown. It's totally away from. And it is one of the most amazing battlefields, and it's real small. It's out in the middle of this. I think it's like 15 acres, and they fought off the British, But there again, but you could feel the battle, Wasn't yours
Peppers.
Pepper? Go put her in the house.
Peppers, come on.
Let's go put them in the house. It wasn't as intense as the Alamo and a few of the others that I've been to. Let's see what happens. Sorry to hear that, Marcy. But another great one that I've gone is the Battle of Little Bighorn. One of the greatest battles that I think ever even happened. Oh, that ever took place. You walk around there and you can feel the battle. There's a lot of misinformation about that battle that took place. I'm a history buff, so I love history. I try to make history, or at least be a part of it somehow. But yeah, if you ever get a chance, go check these places out. I mean, they're real. I mean, there's places down in New Orleans that I absolutely want to go to. Yeah, I mean, you can, if it was a major battle, or even not even a major battle, there's places that you can walk around and know, that it is just not. It's sacred to me. To me, those places are sacred ground. I don't care. It might be out in the middle of some guy's pasture, but something happened there. That's hallowed ground, man. Somebody died there. The thing is things happen, and unfortunately, yeah, I've never heard of those, Crystal. I mean, I know the Navajo not real well, but I know of them. I know of the Cheyenne dog soldiers. Oh yeah, they're very real. Oh, they are very real, and they are very real to this day. Cheyenne dog soldiers. They don't practice them or speak of them too much up in that territory. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the Cheyenne dog soldiers are pretty real. I remember seeing the movie about them, and that was good enough for me. They made a movie of it. But yeah, let's see. Who else? I mean, I have met some really actually famous people. One of my favorites. He has now since passed away. On the Native American side of things was Chief Medicine Crow. He was the last Plains um, warrior. He died at the grand age, I think, of 100 or 102 or something like that. Had the honor of meeting him and actually being able to talk to him and that. And he's got a book out that they actually teach up in their schools about what he did to become a warrior. He was the last warrior, plainsman warrior chief living at that time. He was in World War II, and I can't remember the whole thing, but there were four things that in order to be a warrior chief, you had to do four things, and one was you had to lead a, a war party. You had to steal a man's gun and not get hurt by him. You had to steal horses and not get caught, and you had something to do with hand-to-hand combat and not get hurt. And what in the, oh, that's a pup. And he did all of them in one day. It was pretty comical. Gotta look him up. Chief Medicine Crow, great guy. Gosh, what else, man? We've been doing this for an hour. This is kind of fun. A little bit about me. I can go very deep, and I'm not real shallow. I can be shallow, I guess, but I can go deep as anybody wants to go. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, golly, the guy was amazing. Um, oh, that's my chat. There we go. Yeah, yeah. His story was quite amazing because it was. I remember bits and pieces of it. But okay, so what he had to do, all right? He had to lead a war party, all right? So he and this group of guys were in Germany, and he noticed that there was a bunch of horses. All right, there was like everybody had a horse. They didn't have cars. All right, and so they're like, okay, and there was like a bunch of officers and stuff like that. So he goes up and he says, goes up to his commander and he says, let me handle this. I got this. And so what does he do? He goes and gets him a length of rope, and I mean, like a pretty long length of rope. And he goes in to where the horses are, and he ties them up around the neck, puts a lead on them so that they're training, so that he's leading them all. And we're talking a lot of horses here. He takes the last little section of rope, makes a halter, puts it on the lead horse, turns all the horses around, and walks off with them. And they didn't know where their horses went. He had them all. I mean, this is what they did, back home in Montana, And so he did that. It was documented. Later on that afternoon, they got into a battle, and he was walking like up one side of a building, and there was a German soldier on the other side, and they met face to face, and they're like, well, they scared the crap out of each other, and and finally he came to his senses, and he grabbed the guy's rifle, and he knocked him in the head. Didn't kill him, but he took his rifle. That was coup number two, and and the other one was he was in the back. He had a fight, so he kind of accomplished two right there. because he took a weapon and he knocked the guy out without being injured. And the other one always escapes me, but it's just the way he did it was like, wow, I want to be that guy. Not afraid of nothing. Getting out and getting it done and that. So what else? What else? I can tell you stories. Oh my lord, I'm a storyteller, as you can tell, and I love to talk. Give me something. What else? Anything? Nothing? Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm. Hey, Annie, that's awesome. You need to go to a rodeo. Alrighty, Crystal, take care. We'll probably still be here. Oh, you're fine, Marcy. You're good. Um, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear they still have rodeos in New Zealand. That is pretty darn cool right there. Yeah, them darn those activists. Did I tell you? Did I ever tell you guys about me being kicked out of a rodeo? Almost kicked out of a rodeo because they thought I was uh, an activist. Um, Alrighty. Yeah, I literally was almost kicked out of a major rodeo because I was taking pictures, and all because they had a helicopter, and I happen to know the president of the rodeo. And needless to say, I was able to stay and take pictures. Actually, I followed the rules and took my camera and put it in the car and almost missed the national anthem, which really would have made me mad. But I got back to see it. Um, but yeah, they thought I was part of the group of people that like to protest those things, and because there was a certain helicopter flying over, and they thought I was one of them. And later on, because I knew the president of this rodeo, I asked him, I said, so what do I got to do to be able to shoot pictures next year? So and so. And he goes, hey, how you doing? I said, well, these guys are trying to kick me out because I've got a camera. And he goes, whatever, you know. So, yeah, the guy felt real big. I mean, there's a lot of things I don't put up with, and that's one of them, you know. I follow rules and I do things according to what needs to be done. What else? What else? What else?
Yeah.
What?
So my presentation,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was going through Google and I
Mm-hmm.
was going through YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually found a middle school
Uh-huh.
um, thing for. I mean, it's not really middle school, but it's little kids kind. But it teaches you how tornadoes form.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'm gonna put that on my.
There you go.
Try to put that on my presentation.
There you go. Hey, I'm glad your feet are finally warm, Marcy. That's a good thing. That is excellent. So what else we got? What do we want to talk about?
Tomorrow or whenever. I need you to go through that slides.
We could do that tomorrow morning. First thing,
I need it.
because I don't know what time we got to go.
And I'm supposed to be. I might go help Tiana
Right, that's right. You are.
Take stuff to dump.
Yep, yep, yep.
But
Solar eclipse. Oh, yes, that's a good one. Thank you, Marcy, for
should look into it.
reminding me. Um, I am really seriously planning on taking that day off. I'm going to actually request it and not just take it off. Um, but yes, I will be definitely streaming that one. Um, I'm looking forward to it. It would be my second. Ooh, don't put no more of that in there. That will actually be my second actual full lunar, yeah, solar eclipse in my lifetime that I've ever seen within what 5 years, 6 years. Let's see, we've been here 6 years within the last 7 years. All right. Um, it's going to be an exciting time. I am actually right in the path of it. I'll probably go camp out um, probably in my pasture because that's closest. I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to stream right from my backyard actually.
That'd be best.
Hmm?
That'd be best.
Yeah. So yes, I am planning on doing a stream on that. Not sure how I'm going to do my. They make a thing for your phone so that you can actually take pictures in that. I'm gonna try to find one of those. Um, I've got um, I've got glasses that Tammy went out and bought us some glasses. Um, I actually, the last little eclipse that we had that was a partial that rolled through. When was it? Back in October. Yes, the welder's mask. Yes, I actually used my welder's mask. Um, I can actually put that on my phone. I thought about doing my tablet, but don't really want to do that. So I'll probably do it off my phone. It'll be a little bit easier. But I can take the glass out. Actually, take that glass out, and if I got to tape it to it, I will. You know, um, but most definitely, we'll come. I'll come up with something. We'll probably do a stream for about an hour before it happens, and probably as it goes through because it's only the actual eclipse is only like 5 or 6 minutes. I mean, it's going to be fast, but I want everybody to be able to see it, and that. Um, um, but yeah, I'm definitely planning on it. I'll have to set it up um, so that I can quickly attach it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I got to play around with it in that. Because that's what we used. I mean, a welder's mask. Actually, what'll happen is everything will turn green, and you'll be able to see it. It's only going to be for like 5 minutes, and I'll watch it. We'll watch it go in. As it's happening, um, and that, and of course I'll have my glasses, and I'll probably be watching the stream as well. Kind of like something similar to what we're doing now, just with the lens. But they do actually have a program thing that you can hook up, and I think you can actually stream with it. I'm going to look into it. Um,
Use word.
sure. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting time. I know. Right now, this place is going to blow up with people. I mean, all of the motels and hotels and byways and highways are going to be jam packed. No matter where you go around here, if you're in the path of this thing, yeah, you're gonna it's gonna be crazy. That's why I'm gonna stay home. and do that. I am definitely planning on streaming it and not working that day. So that is coming up. We got a few months yet. Um, I'm hoping that the weather will actually cooperate. Um, you know, it is in the middle of chase season, so we'll see. The plan is, as of right now, yes, to stream that. That is on my plans. Um, gosh, what else? What else? So, anything else? Storms this year, yeah, I got a feeling it's going to be epic. Hey, get away. Come on. Come on. Rose, quit. Yes, I love you dearly. Yes. Oh. Hey, come on. I don't want to wear my water.
I don't know where my water is.
You know, to be quite honest with you, go ahead, drink out of it. I don't care. Tropical storms. I will not do a hurricane, simply because they're like way far away. However, I have been in a hurricane up here that actually turned into a tropical storm, went right overhead, and we got zero rain. So the likelihood of that, yeah, I mean I could do it, um, unless things get really weird and crazy, and there's yeah. I mean, I'll do it just for the sake of saying that it's in a tropical storm. Um, but I'm not going to go, to Louisiana and Texas and chase them and put myself in that kind of danger. Um, that to me is not very smart. I'll watch somebody else do that knows just a little bit more than I do right now. I don't feel comfortable with that. Um, but if the path were to come up my way, as a strong topical tropical storm, yes, I would. Um, because all kinds of things can go crazy. You know, the last one, and I can't remember the actual name of the hurricane, but it was the one that, wow, where was I at? What were we doing? I think that's the one that I watched my first live stream with Reed Timmer. I think that's the one because one of them came up. I can't remember who it was or what it was, but one of them, it came up and came up right straight up through Louisiana. And by the time it got to us, it was a tropical storm. Um, I mean, we're 9 hours, probably 9 hours from the Gulf of Mexico. So, a lot can happen in 9 hours. That's a long ways. Um, Nolans is 8 hours drive. Super simple. Right where I'm at, Little Rock. If you were to pinpoint Little Rock, and I'm 8 hours from Dallas. I'm 9 hours, 8 or 9 hours from Oklahoma City. I'm 8 hours from St. Louis. I'm 8 hours to Nashville, Tennessee, Mississippi. Well, I can be in Mississippi in 2 hours, actually. I can be in Tennessee in 2 hours. Yeah, I mean, there again, it is. So, yeah, I mean, I'm in a central location if I really wanted to ever go, but you know, I I've kind of made a pact with Tammy that realistically, we would never chase 2 hours out of from our area simply because of the kids. And now that they're a little older, we can travel a little bit further, but because of the horses and that, and stuff. But yeah, it really does. It's all in how fast those storms, during a hurricane. And I mean, I'm telling you, I'm hearing some buzzwords out there. They're starting to really talk about the hurricane season, and it kind of perks your ears up when the National Hurricane Center starts talking about it and going, yeah, this is going to be an active year. You know, so but yeah, I mean, I'll definitely chase them. Um, you know, the chances are though, by the time they get up to me, not really a lot goes on. I mean, like I said, that one that traveled over. I mean, we were right smack in the middle of it. I looked up and it was just clouds, no rain, no wind. It was weird, but it was still a trop. We were still in a tropical storm, so anything's possible. Um, Weather-wise, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I as far as that basically is it. I mean, I could stream. I could show you what it's doing. Most definitely. It may be, you know, just kind of like what we're doing right now. It may not be doing anything. I can go out in my backyard. Okay, we're gonna look at the, how well those streams would do. Yeah, I don't know. Um, but definitely, I definitely can do that, and hopefully by then I've got a tripod that I can actually put my phone on. We can, I tried it. I tried to do that. There was some. Oh, we had. What was it? It was a meteor shower, and I tried to shoot some meteors, and yeah, that didn't work out too good. Um, you know, yeah, as far as doing, making an impression in that, definitely. Um, I I'm not a very good reporter. I don't, to me that's for the forecasters. What is my dog doing? I don't know if you can see him or not. Shine a light over on them guys. I just had a dog take that big old stick over there. Weirdos. Um, so as far as reporting, I mean, I would just have to do a live stream because that's what I do. I mean, it might make good for good content. I don't know. You know, um, we'll see. Yeah, tell a story. Sure. I mean, this is what it is. This is what yeah. Come up. I'm sure I'd come up with something. Should that ever arise? Yeah, I'll be streaming. I may be streaming right in front of a campfire, going, "Yep, we're in the middle of a of a tropical storm." you know, See what happens. Yeah, thumbnails are everything, and I'm really working on those, getting them a little bit better. I've got a thumbnail maker, but I have to be able to go and shoot a whole slew of pictures, and I don't have a whole slew of pictures yet. Um, but oh yeah, there's always something. I want you to watch my dog. Pepper, watch her. She is chasing her tail. Watch that knucklehead. She's a nut. What are you doing, Pepper? Get your tail. Where's your tail?
If you do this, wait. Come on, Peppers. Yeah.
Jeff, I'm more honored that you are here. I you know, I appreciate everything. It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be an adventure. I'm all about adventures. You know, there's going to be a lot of fun things. I plan on this summer being able to get away, and when there's not a storm, probably go cruise Arkansas. You know, do a live stream. go up into the, and go to the Ouachitas
Nice,
and
dude.
up to the Ozarks
Nice, dude.
and go see some really, there's some really cool things up there. Um, I don't know, how streaming is going to be, but should be all right. We've been up there before, and it's a good time. Hi, Chaser.
Stop. I'm tired of
Chaser, you are something else.
it. Right. You should be.
But yeah, this is the beginning,
He wants to be a bird of mine.
and I've gained, gosh, I've actually gained what, 4 subscribers in this last week. So um, yeah, you're right. Um, yeah, the worst part of trying to show Mother Nature is how horrible the cameras do at showing the true scope of things. You are so right. Um, you know, I stream off of my phone. That's all I've got. I don't have cameras. I can't afford them. Um, you know, my goal, and y'all know my goals. My goal between now and the end of June, I have a goal of getting 1,000 subscribers. That's it. Because what that does is that gets me monetized. Um, right now, people can't, they can do. See, I can't do stickers, and I can't do any of that stuff. So I'm at the mercy. Once I get to 1,000 subscribers, then I can start doing the memberships and getting that, as long as the content's good. And once you break that threshold, yeah, I mean you can take it as far as you want to, as long as you want to. Um,
Now you finally will live on daddy.
but yes, my dogs are dogs. Actually, one of it's funny if you actually look through some of my videos. One of the most hit video is actually of Rose playing in the water. I had 24,000, no, not 2,400 views. That is like the largest one. One of the other largest view was of the Thunderbirds flying over my head in formation, which was actually a short, and that got 2,000 plus views. Um, yeah, moist. That's my go-to word. You know that. It is. It's not moisty tonight. That's for sure. It's actually really cool out here. What's our temps? Hang on. Hang on. I think I can do this without blowing up the stream. Let's see.
You grow.
It is actually 48. It's 48 degrees. It feels like 49.
It's about 30 degrees in the past hour.
Hang on, I'm reading some stuff. My best friend. Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta respond to him. So, oh yes, there will be a stream. I'll probably be doing a road trip stream. Got to cook dinner. We'll turn on the phone and watch so I can give another thumbs up. Right on. Go cook your dinner. Sweet.
This late at night.
Watching my. That's awesome. We are planning a road trip back up to Wyoming. So we'll be doing a road trip sometime this summer, probably in June, which I'm not going to give the details of that trip right now and what it entails. It's going to be a bittersweet for me. But we're planning on going back up to Wyoming to take care of some business. But I'm going to stream it all, what I can, as long as I can, because it's a 24-hour plus drive. The way my wife and I drives it, I drive most of the way until I can't drive anymore, and then she'll drive some, and then I'll take back over. Marcy, I've only got 5 days. Well, by then I might have a little bit longer. But I've only got 2 weeks to drive. Money's going to be the issue on this one. I would love to go to Arizona. I'm not sure, be quite honest with you, I'm not sure if my wife is ready to go back to Arizona. And I'm not sure if that's my place to actually tell that story, but there was some, I'll fill you in a little bit. There was some things happened back when she was a kid in Arizona that made national headlines concerning her family, and she's gotten over it, but it still is there. So I'm not sure she's quite ready to go back to Arizona yet. We thought about it. I mean, I would love to go see the balloon races myself up there. I think that would be a hoot. But it's not out of the realm of possibility. It never is. I mean, by then, yeah, she might be ready to go. And I can't believe we've been on here an hour and 30 minutes. Y'all are nuts. Just saying. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. My name is Justin. This is Wind Dancer Media. Doing a fireside chat. Just talking about weird craziness, whatever's going on around. Just having a good time watching this wonderful fire that my son here built. Whoop, whoop, there he is. We've got a jet coming in, it looks like. I've got the full moon over my right shoulder, coming up overhead. I wonder what that jet is.
Are you gonna have to attempt to chase it?
Do, oh. Yeah, we are where my house sits. If you look on the map and you find Little Rock Air Force Base and you look at the runway, I am 15 miles from that runway. The C-130s fly over my head every day, and they're noisy. And they go till about 11 o'clock at night. After about 9 or 10 o'clock, usually they go in the silent mode. And thank God, because you can't hear anybody talking. You actually have to stop talking to be able to talk, because they are so loud. That's just commercial aircraft coming in. But the actual Little Rock Airport, Clinton International Airport, is like 25 miles away from me. To my south and east a little bit. So, yeah. Sky Harbor Airport. Is that like a small little aircraft type thing? Marcy? Lucky you, Jeff. Lucky you. Lucky you. Lucky you. Oh, it's a major one. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I remember growing up, man, golly, I wasn't even in kindergarten yet. and my dad had remarried to my stepmom, and their first apartment was in we were in Seattle. Oh, okay. I know Columbus. I've been to Columbus. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. And we lived in what is now called SeaTac. It's actually a town now, but it wasn't back then. And we were, man, I watched the jets come in, and I get so excited, and it was I fell in love with jets, and used to just go crazy over them and that. Oh, okay. American and Southwest. Right on. Right on. I don't even know who flies out of Clinton International. I mean, it's a major hub, but it's not like one of the big ones like Dallas and all of that other stuff. But it's a beautiful, clear night. It's very quiet, very calm. The moon is what is it? Probably at, well, from where I'm sitting at my 2 o'clock over my shoulder. But yeah, crazy dog. Yeah, Dallas. I do not like Dallas. I don't even like. I don't even like driving through Dallas. I don't want no part of Dallas. I mean, if the only time that I would ever go to Dallas is if I went to the stock show to see the John Wayne Museum. That would be it. That would absolutely be it. Um, yeah, I couldn't do it. Dallas is not my friend. By the way, who shot Jr.? Remember that? Who shot Jr.? Who actually did shoot Jr.? Anybody remember? I know you guys are old enough.
See if I can take a guess. John Wayne.
No, it wasn't John Wayne.
Jr.
Jr. No. Oh yeah. Hmm. Well, that's a little bit of trivia for you. Who shot Jr.? Wow. J.R. Ewing, Dallas. The show Dallas. David's actually looking it up. I don't remember. I remember it was a big to do on it when it came out because oh my God, everybody was like, oh, who did it? Everybody was sleuths because it was so open. Anybody could have done it. Kristen? Was it?
Christian Shepherd.
Who?
Christian Shepherd.
Kristen Shepherd. Yep. David just Googled it. Awesome.
I love people.
Mystery solved. We now know who shot JR. Hmm.
Still a mystery.
Let's see. Wow. I'm almost done. I have nothing else. Let's see. Talking about trivia. uh, way to go, Annie. Way to go. Jeff, you get picked on. I can see where this is all going to go. You're going to be the scapegoat for everybody. Mm-hmm. Mm. I see it happening already.
I thought I was the gopher.
Annie's going to be the instigator. Marcy's going to be the one to bail you out. Oh. I see how this is going to roll. It's going to be fun. I am so looking forward to this year. I am like this Tuesday thing. Man, I'm hoping it pans out. I mean, I don't want to see any destruction or anything like that, but I hope it pans out because everybody's going to be up north, and I would like to see something happen down here in that. But oh yeah, by the way, guys, I don't know if you knew it or not, but that last tornado that we were on a few weeks ago, that was actually rated an EF1 finally. There was, they finally declared it a tornado after all the pictures and everything. There was some things that happened in that were not good. I had actually seen five different pictures from five different vantage points of that tornado, and they still, people were sending them in, and they still were not calling it. Apparently, somebody called it in and got called out, and that's kind of why, it's very, very important during a stream or even watching somebody else's stream that the misinformation is kept to a minimum. Because I will be honest with you, we saw it, or what we thought was it, but unfortunately, because it was so dark that night, there was no way I could catch it on stream. Had there been a little bit more lightning, looking back, yeah, we would have caught it. Yeah, we definitely, there was only one tornado, Jeff, that actually that they confirmed. Yeah, I can't stand people to do that, and I have a hard time with like, I don't know. Oh, here's something for you. All right, just made me think about it. Sorry, switch gears. Squirrel. How many people were affected by the phone outage the other day? I was one of them. Um, you know, Everybody said it was solar flares. Um, Everybody, had the conspiracy theorists were out there. So I'm I'm not one of these guys that is a conspiracy theorist, but I do like to get the facts. So I did a little investigation on it, and it kind of made me wonder. Okay, just a thought, and it doesn't mean it was real. It doesn't mean it was what was going on. But I got on to the website that shows all of the outages, internet based, and I'm looking at it, and it was all the major cities. Okay, so what I did, and I found it very interesting, that, and we went, and I had another, and I did this at work. Don't tell nobody. But anyway, we were looking at this map, and we were looking at each of the major cities. Okay, and this just wasn't in the United States. Hi! Sorry, guys, dog fight. Um, Go put them in a house. On.
All of them?
Yep.
Come on, guys, house.
Sorry about that.
Come on, guys.
Anyway, they don't. They get playing really rough. And, Chaser, get in the house. Go on. Anyways, So we're looking at these maps, and I noticed something,
Can you come here for a
and it was
minute?
kind of crazy,
It's gonna
and it was just a thought. That the cities, and follow me on this, and I'm probably way wrong, but we looked at each city and noticed what was going on. Each one of the cities that was majorly impacted was either manufacturing or high tech or had something to do with something major infrastructure in the United States. I found that very weird. I found it very strange. I'm not saying it was. I'm not saying that it was any of that. But it was very interesting. And it made me kind of wonder along the lines of, was it a test to see how far it would go or who would be affected? Yeah, it was T-Mobile, or not T-Mobile, pardon me. It was AT&T. They said it was a glitch in the system, which, granted, I respect that. But, but, what was it really all about? Makes you wonder. It really does. And I could be way wrong, and I probably am way wrong. I'm not, I'm not even saying I'm a, conspiracy theorist or anything like that. I'm looking at the facts. I'm looking at what I saw and what I came up with. And this is where people in America don't pay attention to these things. Now, yes, things that make you go, huh. Um, you're right, Jeff, and that is the problem in its own, right there. People want to, every little thing is a conspiracy. No, the facts are the facts, and if you dig in, you know, um, to the facts of what's really going on, it'll make you scratch your head and go, huh, could it be? Possibly. I don't know. Am I saying it is? Not at all. But it makes you go, huh. And I say that because about a week earlier, all right, now follow me, a week earlier, I noticed something that was in the news, and I don't know if anybody else saw it. You can go back and look at it and Google it and figure it out for yourself, which I would hope everybody does. But the government people who look at intelligence and the, what do they, I don't even know what they call it, but they look at the hackers and all of these, and they're saying that a certain country has the capabilities of getting into our infrastructure and creating chaos, and this was actually on the news. So I will not say which news, but it was a pretty formidable news outlet that's nationwide. They had stated that a certain country had the capabilities of getting into our infrastructure and raising total chaos in the United States. Now, that all being said, when these things start happening and you start looking at the timeline of all the little outages, it will make you scratch your head and go, huh, really? Are these do I want to say it, government induced to test the systems that are supposed to be in check, or are they actually, legit? I personally think they're legit, but I think the government tracks them for that purpose. I mean, why wouldn't they? You know, I'm a free thinker. I get the facts. I look at things. Um, you're right, Jeff. Foolish is the ones that don't think and go outside the norm. Um, you know the thing with the, you remember the balloon theory. What was China doing? What do you think they were doing? They were mapping everything out. To sit and tell me that they weren't, I'd be foolish not to think that. Does it concern me? You bet, because that's my livelihood. And you know, always have a game plan. Always have an escape. Always have a plan in place. Yeah, it was allowed. There you go. Come on. Really? What's going on? What's really going on? I mean, granted, our world is a mess, and we may, we can agree to disagree on politics and stuff like that. But when it comes down to these type of things, I pay a lot of attention to it, and I would hope and pray that everybody else does too, because that might be about it, David. I think that we'll let that burn down a little bit. Um, I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it's not. I'm pitching it out there because people need to be aware of what's going on around them, and to think that there are people out there that could care less. Okay, you'll be the ones that'll be going, "Oh, woe is me," and are the foolish. I always have a plan. I don't care what it is. um, yeah, I mean, the political side of things, it's so jacked up. You know, exactly, Jeff. I agree. Um, the politics for me, I don't do it. I'm not a politician. There's a wonderful song. I'm not, I think it was Alan Jackson that actually sang that song. I think, it was. Anyway, um, I'm not a political guy. I don't get in it. Um, I'm not going to. I'm not going to go there. Um, because if you want to go there, if somebody wanted to go there off camera with me, it probably wouldn't end well for that other person. You're right, exactly. Both sides of the aisle, down the middle, come on. It is, all of them are just as bad as the next guy. Promises one day, yeah, bend over and take it like a man, or woman, or it, or whatever you want, whatever, you know. Um, it's by design, you know. But anyway, yeah, I found that really interesting though, and just kind of a head scratcher. But yes, I was affected by it, and be honest with you, we were at the casino, and we walked out of the casino, and I'm like, I don't have any internet. What? I don't even have any service. What the heck? So, um, one thing it did do is it caused us to pay our bill ahead, which I thought was kind of funny. But you know, it's a weird happening. It's not the first time it's ever happened, and it's not going to be the last time. And my alcohol of choice, boy, I tell you what, to be quite honest with you, I don't drink a lot. Um, I cannot drink beer. Uh, I actually have an allergic reaction to beer. Uh, it puts me to sleep. I can drink 2 beers and pass out and not even be drunk. So it's the hops, whatever's in it. So I don't drink a lot of beer. But my alcohol of choice, whew, there is my absolute favorite, which I cannot get it down here in Arkansas. I actually have to go to Wyoming for it. It's called, I'm going to put a plug in. They do not support me. However, I have supported them a time or two. Um, it's called Cultiska. You can look it up online. You cannot buy. You used to be able to buy it online. You cannot buy it online anymore. It is fifth generation cowboy whiskey. It is actually a sipping liquor. Really the bomb. Um, Overall, over the counter probably would be Jack and Coke or Crown and Coke. I'm pretty simple. Um, but I'm not I like Scotch. I do like Scotch. But um, but I don't drink I don't drink enough to worry about it. We just don't go there. Um, yeah. Well, you going to bed?
I want to take a shower.
Oh, it's about time you did something.
Yeah,
All right.
I made you a fire for your.
Yeah, I know. Now I got to put it out, so we'll be here for a while. Tell my phone, I've got 38% left on my phone. Um, love you too, son. Trying to see the chat. Come on, chat. There you are. So, yeah, and I'll be honest with you. Um, this is why I don't drink a lot anymore. A little bit about me. And it gets pretty deep, so bear with me because it's I wouldn't say I was an alcoholic, but I was an alcoholic in my terms. Back in my college days, um, all the way up for like 10, 15 years, I used to be able to drink Jack Daniels by the fifth. And I'd go to the bar and I would have, okay, just so y'all know, there are 15 shots to a fifth of whiskey. I could stand up after 15 shots of whiskey, stone cold sober, tell you exactly where I was at, who I was with, what day it was, and who the president was, and walk out the door and drive home. I don't do that no more. I did that in college. I used to get drunk every night. Went to work drunk. Nope, not anymore. I learned my lessons a long time ago. Got to the point where I couldn't even go into a liquor store without physically being sick. And there were some other things that go along with that, believe you me. And I won't. Yeah, it was when I came to the Lord, when I got saved. That was all taken away from me. To enjoy now. I will every now and then sit down and just have a shot. Anyway, there you go. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I was a firm believer a long time ago. Last man standing. Um, no actual alcohol was ever to be left on the table. I mean, yeah, it didn't matter. Um, it's a mortal, it's a bar sin. I don't know what you call it. Oh yeah, I am an open book. Y'all can ask me anything. I have nothing to hide, ever. Um, I I don't hide things. I'm very honest, very truthful, and I have been known to step on toes and tell it like it is. I've been known to cuss time or two. So if I get into a stream and I start cussing, sorry, it's going to happen. Especially if we get into a tornado situation, I'm liable to go bonkers crazy. Um, I smoke. My wife smokes. It's okay. Um, it's just what we do. You know, I, oh gosh, you're right. Real people do. You know, I'm, I, you know, here's my thing. I am a third generation cowboy. All right. Um, my grandfather owned a ranch. My dad worked the ranch. My dad got out of the ranching business before I ever came along. However, he taught me the ways and the lives of cowboys, and that's me. People cuss, their words. It was funny talking about cuss words. Here's one for you. Who, and I don't even know if it's written down, I don't even know if people even know it, but whoever said that a certain word became a cuss word? You ever thought about that? The simple little, like the F bomb. Who decided that that was a cuss word? Jeff, cowboy, it's a different lifestyle, man. It is not. I'll be honest with you. I to this day, I have an understanding of why my dad never. He wanted to go back into it. He wanted to get into it, but he never did. Um, I understand why. It is not for everybody. It's a 24/7, 365 job. You know, it is some of the hardest work known to mankind. Um, you got to be cut from a total different um, cut of cloth because you got to live it, breathe it, eat it, smell it, stink it, whatever. It's not what's on TV. Uh, but yeah, you know, there's a lot of and I respect that. I wanted to be. I should have been a cowboy. I never was. But I've got horses. I ride horses. I've been. I can rope and ride. Yeah, you know. Yeah, if I were to go back when I was probably in high school, had I had my wits about me, oh, I could have went and worked on a ranch easily and did very good at it. Um, I it it's just a way of life. Um, but yeah, yeah, that's good. Jeff, you need to go and experience it. I'm telling you. Um, I'll tell you, there are some places that I would go to in Wyoming. They're, I don't know, they call them dude ranches, but they're working ranches. One of the best ones is you can look them up, called the HF Bar Ranch. It's it's between Chardon and Buffalo. You can actually go and stay there for like a week and work the ranch. I mean, they take you out on cattle drive. They take you out on whatever you want to go on. You want to go shoot pictures, they give you a horse. Eaton's Ranch, I think it's what it's called now. Yeah, Eaton's Ranch is basically a dude ranch. That's where all the rich people go. There's a lot of those places out there that I would tell you, go experience it. I mean, there's places today that actually go out and work cattle. You know, they show you what to do. You may not be any good at it, and you may never have ridden a horse. But by the time you get done, you can say you've ridden a horse and you've roped cattle and you've worked cattle and you've branded cattle and that. Um, they go out and they'll be out on the prairie for like a week at a time with a chuck wagon. I mean, you camp out under their stars. Um, it's a phenomenal experience. Let me tell you. Exactly, the heat. The heat is number one, especially down in that area. But there's an old song out there. You should have been a cowboy. But very real. It is a way of life. It is still going. It is actually, um, you know, I'll pitch this out there that during COVID, guess what was the number one sport in America? Rodeo. They were still doing rodeos during COVID. And, with all the restrictions, even with all the restrictions and all of that, um, uh, they still had their rodeos. And they were the only sport that never took a knee. Um, It's 120 this summer. Are you kidding me, Marcy? That's ludicrous, right there. But yeah, you can have it. I don't do. I don't do. Well, I don't mind the heat. I just don't do the humid heat like we have here in Arkansas. I melt. I die. But I don't do air conditioning either, so I've been in it. Um, yeah, it gets really hot and sticky and nasty, and you got to drink a lot of water. Um, I prefer the dry heat. The arid Wyoming, Colorado. Well, even Colorado gets humid, but Wyoming up in the mountains up in there, yeah, I can do that all day long. Doesn't bother me. But golly, still got time. Down to 39%. Um, Temperatures, yeah. Okay, so here, I want you all to think of something. I'm talking about temperatures because it'll mess with you. At what temperature is hot hot? At what temperature is it hot? Is hot considered hot? All right. Now I'm going to flip the script a little bit. At what temperature is cold cold? And then I'll back it up. What's the first thing that happens when it gets to 90, 90 plus degrees? Everybody starts complaining. It's so hot out here. All right. Believe it or not, heat and being cold is relative. All right. I have been in negative 30 degrees and sweating. All right. I've been at 120 degrees and cold. Throw a little wind in there, man, I'll freeze right up. So just always know that heat and cold is relative. Here in Arkansas, I moved from Wyoming. Good example. Up there, 50 degrees, man, I'd be out in shorts playing uh, football at 30 degrees, and it could be snowing out. Be in shorts. I come down here at 45, 50 degrees, and I'm freezing my butt off, and I've got my long johns on. So it's relative. I worked with a guy up in Wyoming that wore shorts year round, and I could always tell how cold it was. This is the funny part. I could tell how cold it was going to be that day by how long his socks were, because he normally just wore the little footy socks. If it was a cold day, yeah, he had socks up to his kneecaps. It's like, you know. Um, so, temperatures are relative. I mean, they really are. Some people it's cold at 60, you know. It can be hot at 60, you know. Throw in the humidity and it feels like it's 90. You're just dying. So, I'm sure it does, Marcy. I'm sure it does. It affects me. I mean, when it gets cold, I've had frostbite. All right, and I've had frostbite in my fingertips. Um, the other day, for an example, it was pouring the rain, and it was, oh my God, cold, 45, 50 degrees out, wind ripping. I mean, it was just nasty, and I had to be outside, and I got soaked in it. And we were unloading a truck at work, and I came in, and I was shaking. I mean, I would, not hypothermic or anything like that, but I was so cold that my fingers, I've had frostbite in both index and middle finger, and my thumb on my right hand and my index and middle finger on my left hand. And it took me, I went inside, got into the water on tap, used tap water, warm, kind of cold, just regular old tap water. And I had my fingers in there for about 30 minutes before I started feeling my fingers. That's how cold it was. And it hurt. Oh my God. The pain is incredible. And I was like, I'm going to warm up. I got to be able to feel my hands. And if I can't feel my hands, I'm not going to do much. But I used to go snowmobiling, and I know what has caused. I'm pretty sure, that I got frostbite a long time ago. Just didn't know it. You know, making snowballs, scraping ice off of windshields with no gloves. Stuff like that. The silly stuff that we take for granted that we know we're supposed to do, but we don't do it. Um, I'm having the effects of it now, and I've had those. I've had that effect for like 10, 15 years. So, you know, uh, it is very painful, very painful. Of course, now that I'm older, it affects my arthritis and weird stuff happens. Um, wow, there's the moon. Cool. It's almost right above me right now. But what else you got? What else you want to talk about? Help me out, guys. Help me. Quiet out here. Golly. So, one thing you'll notice, um, oh yeah, um, I've got a picture. I'll have to dig it up. Up in Wyoming, we had, gosh, 2 foot of snow. Yeah, about 2 foot of snow on the ground. And my nephew took me out, and we were having a snowball fight, and finally he actually buried me in the snow. And it was probably down in the 20s, 10s. Man, I was sweating when I'd come out of there. I've been snowmobiling in right around 5 to 10 degrees. Yeah, Madison. Oh, I just dumped my water. Dadgummit. Um, yeah, you know. My water dumped over, so now I'm waterless. But yeah, one thing you'll notice if I would shut up, that you don't hear anything, and it's really weird. As we get into, let's see, this is February, March, as it starts warming up, it'll get so loud out here that you won't be able to hear me talk through the frogs. The We're supposed to have a really bad. Wow, that was weird. How does that happen? Through the locust get really loud. So you guys will experience that. We got bugs. If the skeeters don't get us and pack me away, we'll be all right. We got some big mosquitoes out here. Tell you what, we got big black ones, and I swear to God, they're probably the size of a quarter. And man, they can bite you and leave a welt on your arm the size of a $50. They're mean. Um, but we got some really cool bugs. We got a lot of dragonflies down here, which are just absolutely phenomenal, just to watch them, because there'll be thousands of them out in the pasture, just watching them just zip around. We got walking sticks. We got snakes. We've got, you name it, bugs in general. But yeah, it's so quiet and peaceful tonight. It's awesome. It's a good night to be out. It really is. Everybody's quiet. What else? What else? What else you got for me? Y'all are being real quiet. Dang. I tend to run at the mouth too much. Jeff, give me a question. Scorpions. You know, I've never seen a scorpion in, just out in the wild that I recall. Yeah, no, I've never done that. I have seen, I've seen numerous snakes and things like that. Um, yeah, I've never seen a scorpion. Ooh, favorite college football team. Yeah, you got me there. Let's see. If I had to pick a team, boy, I'm not going to say it's the Razorbacks because they're not. Um, I've followed, I used to follow Oregon Ducks quite a bit, way back like 20 years ago. I get excited when I see something from Wyoming, you know, um, when they make the playoffs or something like that, because that never happens. Really don't have a favorite college team. I mean, I'll watch it, just, especially when it comes time. Um, yeah, I don't follow sports, um, like I used to, just because of the political crap that's going on with them. I mean, I used to watch NASCAR. I don't even watch NASCAR anymore. I can't stand it because it got away from everything. I watched the Super Bowl. Wasn't really impressed. I mean, okay, I was actually rooting for the 49ers, but only because I'm not a big. I like Kansas City, but I'm not a big, all the to do with that. Um, so you know, not a big sports fan. I never really. I mean, I was a long time ago. Kind of got out of it. Kind of ruined things for me. Um, you know, Seahawks. I used to be a big fan of Seahawks. If there was a team out there, it would be the Seahawks. I'm not, only because I grew up with them. Um, the Mariners. I mean, I've got some beautiful stories of with the Seahawks and remember my first baseball game that my dad took me to, which was the Seattle Pilots back in 1969. Um, and then watching the Mariners come in, I watched. Used to go to the now defunct Supersonics, which is sorry, but I can't stand Oklahoma City Thunder because that's where the Sonics went to, and they said they would never sell them, so I don't watch that anymore. Um, I used to watch a lot of hockey. Uh, I do like the National Hockey League. No piercings for me, thank you. All right. That brings up a really funny story about me. So way back, long time ago, back when I like had first graduated high school, I went and got my ear pierced. All right, it was on a whim. Um, I I was going through a rough time, being very defiant. Went and got my ear pierced, and I walked in, and my dad looked at me and he goes, "Well, do I call you ma'am, sir, or what?" um, I looked at my dad and I said, "Well, Dad, you can call me sir, please." 2 weeks later, that earring came out and I never put that damn thing back in. So yeah, no piercings for me. That's cool if you want them. That's awesome. Not for me. I I have one tattoo on my right shoulder that I actually, my dad, you know, got to realize my dad is was very old school. Did not believe in tattoos. He didn't believe in piercings. He didn't believe in anything that defiled the body. So 9/11 happened, and I was very sure that I was going to end up fighting overseas. And I decided that if I was going to do that, and I wanted them to know why I was fighting for. So what I did was I went and designed my tattoo. And my tattoo is of a shield in a crest form, has my name on it, has a cross on it. It had my birthday is um, the 12th of September. So I have the Twin Towers with 9/12 in the towers. And then right below it, it says the day after as a reminder. Um, there is also an eagle that's coming out of from behind the towers um, that is coming out of the flames, if you will. One of the greatest, 9/12 was actually one of the greatest days in our country's history. Um, Next to the end of World War II, it was the first time that our country had actually come together as a nation um, ready to fight evil. And I had actually asked my dad, I said, Dad, I'm doing this tattoo. Can you help me out? And he goes, son, I don't like tattoos. I said, but Dad, this is the reason why. About a week later, he hands me a book and he says, here's the picture I want you to use. And it's a Scottish heraldry, comes from the Scottish heraldry. It's a book on Scottish heraldry. Anyway, he found a picture of this eagle, and it's like a phoenix. And so yeah, so I have that tattoo. It's the only one I've got. I've thought about getting a couple more, maybe of a tornado or something like that, but yeah, not there yet. Um, you know, but yes, 9/11, very, very much. I remember that day like it was yesterday. I don't know, and I'm sure we all do. We all have our stories and how horrific it really was. Um, kind of like I remember when Challenger blew up. Horrific. If I Okay, well, hang on, I'm trying to catch up here. If I do a tornado, you mean like a tornado tattoo? uh, yeah, that would be funny. Um, well, if I get on a tornado, yeah, I'm definitely gonna. I'll be streaming, but I don't know about a tattoo because somebody would actually have to hold it because I wouldn't be able to do that, and I'm not sure how comfortable the tattoo artist would be. Um, but yeah, I remember those days are forever etched in my mind, and always will be. And you know, those are um, the stories, the history that I firmly believe that we need to tell our young people today, because those are things that are major. Man, I can tell you, I don't know if you remember Grenada, Kuwait, all of those battles. Anything after Vietnam, the some of those battles, man. I thought, heck, I was a kid in school, and even in high school, I was in ROTC, and I remember having dreams about um, battles and war. And of course, they came out with that great movie, Red Dawn. Awesome movie. You know, I thought for sure because it was so real that we were going to do that, and who knows, it's still possible. Um, but I thought for sure I was going to be heading over, take some little podunk country out there to screw things up for us. But yeah, yeah, go get him. Yeah, that's David. That's David. Shut up, Pepper. Hush, hush. Get over here and lay down. Lay down. So,
Just letting it run out.
huh?
Just letting it run out.
Yeah, I'm letting it burn out. I'm gonna have to get closer because boy, it got cold. It's a good hot fire though. Yeah, there we go. So, what else? I've got a long time. I've got all night. I mean, I don't go to work tomorrow. I'm off. It is 11 o'clock at night. I've got 26% left on my phone. There are 5 people in here with 9 likes. We've been at this for 2.5 hours. Thank you all very much for being here and being a part of this stream down into the fire. I mean, like, it's actually, hey, David, go grab the other side of that thing. Yeah, you got a point there. Yeah, go ahead and throw some more on there. Heck, just leave it right. Shush. We got any more? Go throw some more on there. Go ahead. Okay. You're welcome, Jeff. You're welcome. Glad we could help you. But yeah, I just I love these times. I could do them all. I could do them all the time. Um, there we go. Now we're cooking. I mean, there's plenty of time to chase. I get it. I get it. I thought about it and I was like, don't know where we're at, what we're doing. We're just doing. Actually, here. Oh my gosh, the funniest thing. Oh, man. No, it's really. Oh my gosh, the funniest thing. Hmm. I've done a lot of funny things. There've been, okay. It goes back a long time ago. All right, and this is hilarious. So, golly, I was in Seattle. Probably high school, junior high school, and we get on this uh, ride, and I'm with my best friend, and he's behind me, and I can't even remember what it was. It was just it was a real fast ride that went around in a big circle, and it was funny. And we're talking about this before. What is the worst thing you could ever do on a ride is turn around and spit, right? What's going to happen? You're going to get it. The guy behind you is going to get it, right? So what do? I had to spit. And I mean, I had to spit bad, and I couldn't swallow it because, I was in front. So I turned around and I wasn't even, I didn't even open my mouth. and, and all I hear is, "Oh, you asshole." Apparently, unbeknownst to me, I had opened, somehow my mouth opened up, and all of the spit went out through the side, and it curled up, and I mean, he got a face full. And I didn't even think about it. We get off of there, and he's looking at me, and they're like, "I cannot believe that you, my best friend, just spit in my face." And I'm like, "Man, I didn't mean to. I didn't even realize." So that's a funny moment. Um, oh my gosh, well, funny moments in life, man. I've taken wrong turn. Uh, okay, I've taken wrong turns. I'll leave it at that, and ended up in some really risky places. So one time, back when I lived up in Kentucky, I worked for an outfit in Ohio, actually up out of Cincinnati, somewhere up in there, and we were, God, what were we doing? Oh, I can't remember now. Now I gotta stop and think. Hang on. Old age setting in. No, I was working for a big box, the big blue box at that time. And these guys decided that, well, we were shutting the store down and building a new store. And they, instead of coming home, we'd just camp out up there. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Garrett. Welcome to the stream, buddy. We're just killing time. I don't know, doing something. And so we get up there, all right, and they decided that they wanted to go drinking. All right, I didn't drink at the time, and I said, "Fine, I'll be your designated driver. You tell us where you want to go, and we'll go." So we get in, and we're drinking, or they're drinking, and somehow I made a wrong turn, and we get in and we pull up and we're looking for bars. All right. I'm trying to find these guys a bar. So we go into this bar, and now, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against blacks. All right. I love them dearly. We walk into this bar. The first guy that meets us is this big, big gorilla looking guy. All right. And I'm looking at him and I'm going, "Oh no, what have we got ourselves into?" And we walk in, I mean, we're white guys. We walked in and we were the only white guys in there. And I looked at my guys and I said, "I don't think we really need to be here." Well, come to find out, what we walked into was a gang bar. I mean, a bar that had gang members in it. And I went, we need to turn around and get out of here now. I had no clue that we were even in gang territory. Yeah, scary. Funny, you know, and eventually we ended up, finding a right bar for the guys. But yeah, it was, I look at it as pretty funny right now. Another, let's see, shoot, funny times, funny, absolutely hilarious. Oh, hilarious! Another hilarious time. We're Tammy and I are up on the mountain, and we're four wheeling. All right, and and Tammy likes to go fast. All right, she's a speed demon actually, and I had a Can-Am two seater, and so she was driving, and I'm hanging on, and she's kind of pointing out, and we got these. There was these little hills. They were little bunny hills, and my Can-Am, literally, we could do 65 on it, no problem. What does she do? She opens that damn thing wide open, hits that first jump. I mean, there was like three of them. All right, so she hits that jump. We go airborne, and we land on the next one, and I'm trying to hang on. And what do, man? I go face first into the back of her head, and she turns around and looks at me like, "What in the world are you doing? Can you not control yourself?" And she hits the next one. What do? Bam! I mean, face plant. My helmet, full shield, right in the back of hers, and she's like, "You're off of here." But
Tell them about the water.
oh yeah, so we're on a that was the same trip, wasn't it? Yeah, that was the same trip. So we come across this creek. Well, the creek wasn't a creek. It was a river. We had a lot of rain that year, and she says she gets on there, and we go across it, and I mean the water's like two. It was like 2-3 foot up. I mean, it wasn't over the wheels. It wasn't over the seat. We weren't swimming, almost. So we put our feet up, and we were fine. And we crawled through it, and we crawled back. Well, it was all right because there was enough weight on the deal. But she says, "I'm going through it. I've done this before." And I'm like, "Okay, this should be fun." So I look at her, and she gets on it, and I told her, I said, "I'm going to tell you, because where we crossed at about 30 foot downstream probably was about a 10 to 15 foot, like a little waterfall, and it was ripping. I mean, that water was moving pretty good." I said, "If you go and you get hung up, I cannot save you." And she gets over there. She blasts through this thing, and she's bouncing, and she gets over to the other side, and she's doing the happy dance, and she goes, I made it. And somewhere I have that video, unless I lost it. I bet it was on that other. I don't know. Anyway, and so she's coming back. Well, what happens is she gets going through it, and she hit a rock, and she started drifting down, and she's got this thing wide open, water everywhere, flat. I mean, she crawled through that thing, and I'm telling you what, I was scared for her life. She's sitting there just like, "Yeah, this is nothing. Whatever." So, yeah, we've had some funny moments. You need to move, girl. I gotta back up. Sorry, got hot. Well, told you to move. Sorry, guys. There it is.
You got your wallet down there.
I know. But let's see. What are some other funny things?
I can't.
What? Let's see. I'm looking at it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Garrett, not supposed to do that. Oh, oh, yeah. Yeah. We first got our quad, and we were up running on this road, and like I said, my quad, my four-wheeler would do 65, and I had that sucker wide open. We're on a gravel road, and there was a turn and there was a creek. Let me tell you what, I almost flipped us off of it. That was pretty funny. I was scared the crap out of me though. I was just like, yeah, I'm dumb, but yeah. Garrett, are you guys gonna go chasing this next week? Curious. Oh, down to 20%, y'all. Run her till she goes dry. Oh yeah, the scarier the story, the better they are when you look back at them. Like, what a bonehead! That was, you know, dumb, dumb things. Uh, but we used to do a lot of, we've all done them, dumb things when we were kids. So there again, we were in high school. I was in ROTC. My best friend, my number one crime partner, we were both in ROTC, and we had it was oh my gosh, it was right around New Year's Eve or something like that, and I can't remember, but we were at a game. I can't remember why we put our fatigues on. All right, you're totally not supposed to do that. And we were out running around, and I lived in a small town, and there was a set of railroad tracks. All right, and there was a manufacturing plant that we would frequent often, and kind of where we did our partying, I guess, if you will, up under the overpass. We look across and go, we need one of those signs. There's a sign out there that very clearly stated that this was property of the railroad. And what do we decide to do? So yeah. Oof. Yeah, I hear you, Garrett. I'm not so sure about Tuesday. I was planning on going chasing Tuesday, but anyway, back to my story. So we see these signs, and we decided we're going to go and grab one. Well, unbeknownst to us, those signs are buried in the ground like 8 feet. So we go and we pull one of these signs out. Well, they turn out to be on these big old T-posts that are like 12 foot tall. And here we are, we're trucking down the hill. We're crossing a 4-lane highway, packing this sign, and nobody's paying attention to us. We just went back up to our little overpass where we were at and doing our hoorahs, and we did it, and we left it there. So we um, so we left it, and we went back like 6, 7 months, a year, 2 years later, whenever it was. That sign was still there. We never took it. It stayed there. But yeah. All right, I'm looking at chat here, so enjoy the fire. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, Garrett. I just looking at the comments and that. I think personally, I think it all depends. I mean, things are really just got to really mature and that. I'm not real excited about Tuesday, but I've got an opportunity to where I can go. But I can't go. I can't go way north. I mean, I've got too much going on. So I've definitely got to. I definitely got to stay around Arkansas, just because of things that are going on here in my life. Oof, that's a long turn. Be honest with you, Garrett. I probably would hold off chasing for a while. I hate to say it, um, but yeah, you know that's me personally. I'm there for you. It's a tough call. This one is really hard to call because there's so much that needs to happen. Tuesday into Tuesday night. I mean, it's going to be a nighttime event, so you know, it's going to be really rough. Right on. But yeah, this whole Tuesday setup is looking like it's going to be up in the north, up in Illinois, Ohio, I think it is, Indiana, whatever it is up in there. Yeah, yeah. Here in Arkansas, man. I mean, they were talking like, holy crap, this thing's going to blow out and blow up, and now it's like we're still in the risk, but the risk is really downtrending right now, which is a good thing. I mean, I'll probably still go out. Yeah, no, I totally get where you're coming from, Garrett. Um, yeah, I mean, to maintain what you got going, most definitely, most definitely. But but yeah, they're downtrending. So I don't know. I'll go. I'll go. I'm probably gonna be somewhere in Arkansas up north, kind of where watching the historical side of things, as far as where other this time of year, like last year, where tornadoes actually started, seems like kind of the same setup as last year happened. We actually did have some tornadoes come out of it, so um, kind of keeping an eye on it. Because if anything happens in Arkansas, it'll be up north, coming off the Ozarks, on the eastern side of the Ozarks, like Mountain Home, up in that area, headed towards Jonesboro, which is where the line comes in. So if anything happens, it'll be up there. Not so much down here. We might get a little bit, but it won't be much. And then next week, yeah, I haven't even. Next week's looking pretty promising too, but it's all right now. It's wintertime. It's all going to be up north with everything going on. I gotta wait until it gets more down in here, which we're coming out of Dixie, so yeah. Oh, you know it. Yeah, this is totally. I mean, they're talking. My goodness, from what I've been seeing, everybody talking about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning type event across the board, and I'm like, geez, Wednesdays gonna be crazy. You know, if you're in, the eastern Kentucky area. But it's early. It's really early. This is kind of a get your stuff in gear, get everything sorted out, what you're gonna do, you know, plan for the inevitable. It's coming. It'll be here. And it'll be here soon enough. So nice. Oh, there'll be a lot going on in March. I think March. I think March is going to be kind of the start, if you will, the uptick trend. Middle of March, April, May, possibly into June. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a offset. Anything's possible at this point. But I agree. It's gonna be crazy. Well, we appreciate it, Jeff and Marcy. I know I appreciate it, and I know Garrett and Dale appreciate you too. So, but well, I think in about 4 minutes, I'm going to end this stream. 3 minutes. You guys got 3 minutes left of this stream. I think I'm about done. I got 17% left on my phone, and I think we'll call it a night. Fire's about done. Oh man, that moon is so bright. It's unreal. Unreal. So, anyways, just want to thank everybody for being here, joining me during this little campfire, fireside chat. That's all we've been doing, just telling stories and talking about weird and crazy things going on. No problem, Jeff. No problem. Anytime. Uh, it's been. I love doing these. It's kind of fun. Never know where. Never know what's going to be said. That's for sure. It's just good to hang out, chill out, enjoy life. Yeah, that's what makes these kind of streams so fun, is because you just never know what's gonna happen. I never come in with a topic. I never know what's gonna go on. It's just like whatever. But I've got stories. I can tell. I got a boatload of stories. Some of them are true. Some of them might not be so true. I will never tell. Hmm. Yeah. I've got weather stories, man. I've been in some weather. It scared the daylights out of most people, up close and personal. Just everyday stuff. Just never know. Alrighty, guys, about 30 seconds, and we're gonna cut this thing off. Y'all have a blessed night. Be good. Be safe. Uh, we'll catch you on the next stream. Garrett, y'all be safe.